Hi, so I wanted to do a video, what not to do when learning kanji. And we're actually going to focus on something that I know a lot of learners do. And I know that I did it to begin with. I was on social media doom scrolling and I saw a post that really reminded me of when I first started studying. And basically, it said 20 more kanji today, and it's a little more difficult for me to recall than the first 20. And again, this really reminded me of when I first started studying because I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm going to do 100 kanji a day, not literally 100 kanji a day, but I was like, I'm going to do a lot of kanji a day. Let's do some maths as to why this is a really bad idea. So basically, to read a newspaper, it's kind of famously known that you need about 2,000 kanji, give or take. Or you need to know roughly 2,000 and their words. 20 kanji a day equals read a newspaper in 100 days, right? And I'm sure a lot of you can already see that isn't the correct logic, especially if you've been studying for a while. No, it's not going to work. Basically, 20 kanji a day is going to lead to burnout. There is no other way this is going to go down unless you are really top of studying. Like you are one of the best language learners ever. Or if you already know a Chinese language and maybe know how to write a lot of the kanji already, then you might have an upper hand. Maybe this is possible, maybe. But you are not going to know the grammar, the vocab, the kanji words associated with each kanji if you learn 20 a day for 100 days. There is more than this. You need to know a lot of associated words that you're going to forget eventually if you don't use them. Your kanji might be good, everything else is going to fall behind. So what works is different for everybody. Like I can't give you an exact formula for you. You know what study pace suits you. Don't choose something way too difficult for that. I personally think 2 to 3 a day is probably fine if you want to go, if you're like really desperate to learn fast. Let me put this into more perspective for you. If you go and study at one of the big language schools in Japan, you're probably going to do N5. Keep in mind, this is like daily lessons, like 2 or 3 hours a day. You're going to do N5 in about 6 months, assuming you don't fail any of the classes. And you might fail a term. It's like they are quite fast paced. So 6 months of hardcore studying for N5. If you're self-studying, I don't think most self-studiers are doing 3 hours a day of like fast-paced studying. So let's say we're slowing down the pace and we're going to give you a year for N5. It might take me self-studying a bit longer than a year. You only need to know for N5 like 100 to 200 kanji. You don't need to set a goal of learning 2,000 kanji in a year or something like that. If you do 3 to 4 a week, you study them well, you can have the right amount needed for N5 within a year. Give or take however fast or slowly you want to study. Just don't push it. You don't want to hate Japanese just because you want to try and do 20 kanji a week or something like that. Learning a new language takes a lot of time, and actually I find a lot of people who end up dropping out, they just don't realize like how much of a commitment it is to learning. My conclusion for this is learning Japanese should be fun. Don't push yourself too much. If you enjoyed this video, I just wanted to keep this one nice and short. You can check out my other videos on learning Japanese. I have lessons. I have a website that has worksheets that you can download. And I also pace it at a pace that I think is kind of well-rounded. So the amount of kanji you have to learn per lesson, the amount of words and the amount of grammar. It's basically made in a way that I would have liked to have learnt it. And you can like study as fast as slowly as you want. You can watch 1 video a day. You can watch 2 or 3, whatever suits you. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If this did kind of help you or like you're thinking towards kanji, maybe consider giving the video a like or leaving a comment or subscribing. It really helps a little channel like mine. And thank you very much for watching, and I hope I see you again.